Welcome back, legends.
Let's go! Yo, listen up, about to tell you some tales of fighters and wizard shuriken and sails. The ups, the downs, the wins, the fails, and heroes that would make the Avengers pale. Madara Uchiha, he's a goddess shinobi, dunking on allied forces harder than freaking Kobe. Heading over to Marineford, ready to take the risk. You see, Wiper crack the air with one blow off his fist. Brighter than the sun, hotter than you can see. Oh my god, Goku just went Super Saiyan 3. With Naruto, Luffy, the Dragon Ball 7. We about to crank the speed out all the way up to 11. You just died and you're about to be led to the greatest show this side of anime heaven. So sit down, stay tuned, hey yo DJ Spin. Welcome to the show, this is Anime Legends.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Anime Legends. My name is AfroX. I'm the anime guy, your anime dude that knows a lot about anime, and soon you will too. Anyways, we are going to jump right in today. Tonight, we are going to be talking about voice acting, a very, very important part of anime. And specifically, I am going to be taking a look at my favorite voice actor, Christopher R. Sabat, and he features in My Hero Academia playing All Might, and that's why I'm wearing my Hero Academia t-shirt. But yeah, definitely going to be talking about him. I'm going to be talking about a couple of others, including voice actors that I have personally met myself. But yeah, we will get into that. But first off, we're going to do all the regular stuff that we do at the beginning of every episode. So just starting off, just to let everybody know, we do have a Patreon, and you can go and subscribe to that. We already have one patron. That is my good friend Calvin, and he's awesome. He's really, really cool. And yeah, so he actually is going to be getting his name at the end of every edited one of my YouTube videos. I didn't do one this week just because I was really busy this week. But yeah, he's going to be getting his name at the end of my videos, and anyone else who subscribes to the Patreon will also be getting their name at the end of my videos, along with other stuff, depending on what tier you are at. So yes, thank you so much. Calvin's here. He says, hey, back to you, dude. Thanks so much for supporting the channel like you do. Anyways, yeah, Patreon. I haven't talked about this in a while, but on the website called Teespring, I believe it's still up there. We actually do have a store for AfroX merch. The only thing there is a t-shirt, but it's a really cool t-shirt. It has the AfroX logo on the front, has the slogan "Stay Legendary" on the back, and you can get that at www.teespring/ I believe it's AfroX-C2. I will have to check that link. I definitely know that I've put it in the description, so the correct link will be in the description. But yeah, you can get AfroX merch at teespring.com. So starting off, we are going to be asking the question, what anime / manga have you been watching / reading this week? All right. What anime and manga have you watched / read this week? As for the anime and manga that I have watched and read this week, I finally caught up in My Hero Academia. Super exciting stuff happening. I always watch up to the second to the newest episode because I don't want to have spoilers for the newest episode. In the second and the newest episode, they flipped the whole script. They went they had a new title sequence called My Villain Academia. It was the title of the episode, and pretty much it's detailing what has been happening to Tomura Shigaraki. And pretty much what's been happening to him is that him and the League of Villains are in the process, now that All for One's been captured and put in prison, they are in the process of moving forward with their plan to pretty much destroy UA High School and ruin all the kids' lives there. Who knows why? But anyways, so they go to Gigantomachia. And Gigantomachia was one of the subordinates of All for One. And he kind of, at one point, was supposed to be the next All for One because he naturally is strong enough to have the ability to take on multiple quirks, which is very, very lucrative in those circles. He pretty much can be a Nomu without being turned into a brainless organism. Yeah. So they go to meet with Gigantomachia. Gigantomachia totally rejects Tomura. He's like, nope, you're too weak. I don't want you to be the next leader. I should be the next leader. And so he's super huge. And so this mysterious doctor that Tomura met a long time ago brings him via, his quirk into his lab. And he says, hey, I can give you more power, but I have to test you first. You have to figure out how to make Gigantomachia submit to you. And then I will give you all the power that you need. And pretty much we get a little bit of backstory for Tomura Shigaraki. And pretty much the biggest thing we find out is that the reason that Tomura Shigaraki is the way he is because when he first got his decay power, he accidentally destroyed his entire family. He killed his entire family, and the only parts of them that are left are the gloved hands that are all over his body. That's why he has the gloved hands all over his body, is those are the only surviving remnants of his family that is left. Or that's at least what he was told by the doctor in All for One. So we get that little bit of backstory, and then we move forward a little bit. They're trying to figure out how to reason with Gigantomachia. Gigantomachia is like fighting against them, and he won't let Shigaraki go. And so then what happens is the Meta Liberation Army, which is kind of the new big bad in this season, they call up I think it's Twice. They call up Twice, and they're like, hey, yeah, we got one of your buddies here, and we're gonna keep cutting off his fingers and torturing him if you don't come over here and like submit to us. And so the whole League of Villains is kind of shook, except for Shigaraki, who's just like, well, you know what? I'm going to call your bluff. We are going to go over there. And he knows that Gigantomachia won't stop no matter where he goes. Gigantomachia will find him. So pretty much what they're planning to do is they're planning to go over there, start fighting the Meta Liberation Army, and then just let Gigantomachia go ham, which is going to be really interesting because a lot of heroes are probably going to show up and try to stop him. Anyways, I'm so excited to see the next episode. As in manga that I've been reading, I read the most recent chapter of One Piece. Actually, I did not. I did not read the most recent chapter of One Piece. I am sorry. What was it? The last chapter I read was the one where Luffy meets Momonosuke in his adult form. All right. That's all the anime and manga that I've been watching this and reading this week. Let's see what you guys or what the chat has to say. Hi, I've never seen you here before. CRB Yo. C and V here. Doug Days based on Up. C and V. Doug Days based on Up. The movie Up. It's kind of interesting. He wasn't the most interesting character in the whole movie, but yeah. Calvin says, I've been catching up on MHA anime, and I've been rewatching Bleach while working on minis and such. I've been having Andy watch Hunter x Hunter, and we just started the Chimera Ant arc. Very, very cool, Calvin. That's super exciting. I really want to get back into Bleach so I can watch all of the new stuff. And there's a guy at work who keeps telling me to watch Hunter x Hunter, and it's been long enough, and I definitely should. Trix says, sup, everyone. Sup, Trix. Yeah. Good to see you here, man. CRB Yo says, C and V here. Also, Yami Shibai. I have never heard of Yami Shibai, but that does sound interesting. Pixar. Okay, so you are talking about the Up movie. I don't know how that relates to anime, but yeah. So Calvin says, I forgot that Bleach was getting new stuff. Yes, it is, Calvin. Yeah, and I'm super excited for it. CRBO says Japanese horror stories. That is good. I'm not too much into horror, but it sounds interesting. It could be good. It could be good. Okay. Well, if that's all for now, then we are going to jump right into the meat and potatoes of tonight, which is voice acting. Now, you may be asking, what is voice acting? Well, my friend, voice acting is pretty much providing the voice for any animated character that is on screen. A lot of people have done it. A lot of people have done it well. But yeah, honestly, my favorite voice actor is, as I've said before, is Christopher R. Sabat. Now, Christopher R. Sabat has played many, many roles. He plays All Might in My Hero Academia, which is my favorite character in My Hero Academia. He plays Vegeta in Dragon Ball Z, which is like probably my third favorite character in Dragon Ball Z. Then he plays Piccolo in Dragon Ball Z, which Piccolo's an okay character. But most notably, he plays Zoro in One Piece. And I think that's just really, really good, amazing, because there's been so many episodes of One Piece. Zoro's in like almost every episode. I mean, Sabat has outdone himself. There's almost 1,000 episodes of One Piece, and Sabat has voice acted in almost all of them. He's probably done over 10,000 lines. I couldn't even I couldn't even imagine what kind of work ethic you would have to go through that. I'm super impressed. So yeah, that's Christopher R. Sabat. Um, it, okay, so moving on here. I used to go to a lot of anime conventions, and while I was there one year, I actually got to meet two voice actors. Well, a voice actor and a voice actress. I got to meet Greg Ayres, and Greg Ayres is another super famous voice actor. He plays Ganta in Dead Man Wonderland. I can't be sure, but I think he might play Deku in My Hero Academia. Don't quote me on that. Pretty much, if you see a whiny main character in anime, it's most likely Greg Ayres. I think he played Konohamaru in Naruto. But yeah, Greg Ayres is super, super awesome. I met him. He's a great guy. He's really nice. But most notably, he was in the anime called Ghost Stories, which Ghost Stories is famous as the anime where the voice actors didn't have to be serious. Pretty much in the English dub, they just told the voice actors to just do whatever they wanted. And the result became one of the funniest animes in history. You'll just get like teenage girls popping F-bombs, like ad-libs all over the place. And Greg Ayres played one of the main characters on there. All right. Yeah. Oh, the other the voice actress that I met, and actually she is very near and dear to my heart, is I got to meet Carrie Savage. And don't quote me on this one, but I believe Carrie Savage plays the main girl. I think her name is Lily in Fairy Tail. Anyways, I got to meet Carrie Savage, and she actually told me that I have what it takes to become a voice actor. So I've always put that on the back burner. I've always said, hey, if music doesn't work out, stuff like that, I think I'll really try to go for voice acting. Just because she said I had what it takes. She said I just had to work on my lisp a little bit. And that is a really big thing. But she gave me some real encouragement. And I was real happy to meet her. But yeah, Carrie Savage is great. Before I go on, let's just look at the chat for a little bit. Calvin says, my favorite would have to be a three-way tie between Todd Haberkorn, Steve Bloom, and Vic Mignogna, all of which have extensive and immensely impressive portfolios. I actually was going to mention Vic Mignogna coming up, because Vic Mignogna, oh my God, that man, not only does he voice act, he does a ton of anime openings. In fact, what was it? I believe he did the... I believe Vic Mignogna did the opening for One Piece called Jungle P. And that was a very, very good opening. He does absolutely great ones across the board. Todd Haberkorn's great. I don't remember what he does. Steve Bloom, I don't believe I'm familiar with which characters he plays, but I'm sure he's great. CRBO says, do you like the voice actor Masaka Nozawa? Seems to be a lot of controversy around them and DBZ. Masaka Nozawa? Okay, I'm really stretching my brain on this one, but I believe that's the Japanese actor for Vegeta, let's say? I don't know. You tell me. I'm not familiar with the controversy or even which character they play. So, yes. Calvin says, oh, and when I went to Metacon 13, I got made fun of by Sunny Straight. You were at Metacon 2013? Dude, like, we probably could have seen each other and not even known, because Metacon 2013 was my first convention that I ever went to. I'm so sorry that Sunny Straight made fun of you, but hey, what a claim to fame. Calvin says, I was cosplaying Pyramid Head and he made fun of my physique. Well, that's mean, because Pyramid Head has no physique at all. Well, oh, I see what you were saying. He was making fun of that physique. Well, I'm going to use the one we get here. Buck Sunny Straight. Because I'm sure your physique was absolutely okay. And if Sunny Straight wants to come to me and be mad, I will take that. Because I'm sure your physique was absolutely fine. Nobody should be made fun of for how they look in a cosplay costume. If you want to work out to make your cosplay costume look better, that's cool. That's on you. But no one should ever tell you you can't play a character because of how you look. Because honestly, it's not always about the costume. 90% of doing cosplay is the performance. You can't, you're not the character, you're not cosplaying until you are doing a performance. You are there so that other people get to meet their anime heroes. When I was cosplaying Ichigo from Bleach one year, I was really trying to like evoke Ichigo's mysteriousness and stuff like that, and that's why I always work on my impressions and things. CRB says, you totally have the chops for voice acting. Oh, thank you, man. That means so much. Oh, C and the V, Caitlin and the Victor. I finally get that. I finally get that. Good. CRBO, voice of Goku. So Masaki Nozawa is the voice of Goku. Oh, you're talking about the controversy just with like how in Japanese DBZ Goku sounds like Gohan in English DBZ. Honestly, I grew up with English DBZ. Sean Schemmel, he's the one I like the most. And man, I just named dropped again. Don't make me get into Sean Schemmel, man. Sean Schemmel, he is Goku. Like, there's no denying it there. CREO said 80-year-old woman. Oh, okay, so I really got it wrong. Yeah, that's the other thing in voice acting is sometimes men will, or sometimes women will play guys. Like in Naruto is actually played by a woman, both in the Japanese and in the English. He's played by a woman. I can't remember her name right now, but somebody will remind me. I know. Trick said, this is an excellent stream. Love the chatting. This is an excellent stream. This is the best stream I've had in a while. We're almost at the 30-minute mark, and like, I'm not even halfway through my content. Trick says, I would like to see you voice act. Very cool. Well, if you guys want to see me do some impressions later on in the live stream or just anytime, let me know and I will try to do them. I mean, I can do All Might. I can do Vegeta. I can do most of Christopher Sabat stuff. I can do Mark Hamill stuff, which gets me in the realm of non-anime voice acting. So I can do pretty much every Joker that's ever existed, except maybe the Joker from Batman Brave and the Bold, just because he's more of a monster than a clown. But yeah, I might even be able to do Luke Skywalker. Who knows? I mean, who knows? Anyways, that was a bad joke. CRBO says, yes, Isami. Oh, man, you made me do Jar Jar Binks. Come on. Okay. Well, that's the bottom of the chat. So, getting back to it. Yeah. Vic Mignogna, very awesome. Did a lot of voice acting, and also, excuse me for that yawn. A lot of voice acting and a lot of anime openings. Vic Mignogna. Sean Shamo, very awesome as Goku. I actually saw a video once of him leading an entire crowd in doing the Kamehameha chant. The Kamehameha. That stuff. Let's see. I can't forget, like, pretty much if you've ever seen a really sexy woman in anime, then you've heard Colleen Clinkenbeard's voice. Colleen Clinkenbeard is probably the most famous anime voice actress in the entire world. She played Lust in Full Metal Alchemist. She plays Mei Terumi in I believe that's Naruto. Yeah. Yeah, Mei Terumi is the Mizukage. Anyways, she plays Mei in Naruto. Who else does she play? Honestly, if you've ever seen a woman in a red dress with red hair, that is like super sexy in anime, that 90% of the time it's gonna be Colleen Clinkenbeard's voice. But yeah, really quick, just I'm gonna share my screen here, and I'm gonna look up who plays Naruto, because that's gonna bother me if I don't. Who plays Naruto in English dub? Male Flanagan. Yeah. Male Flanagan, super good the voice actress there, but yeah, as you can see, Male Flanagan plays Naruto in the English dub, and in the Japanese dub, it's Junko Takuchi, which she sounds very familiar also. Steve Bloom plays Orochimaru. Okay, so now I recognize what his voice is from. He probably plays Kisame too. But he's all the really I'm a skeezy dude kind of voices. But yeah. Okay, so we've got more stuff in the chat. That was good. All right. Calvin says, oh boy, we can do a scene together. I'm not an impressionist, but I've been trying to dip my toes in voice acting as well. Dude, anytime. Call me up. message me, let me know, Calvin, and we will get together and do some voice acting together because that sounds fun. Trix says she plays a lot of roles. Mel Flanagan, you're talking about, Trix? Yeah, she does. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, I believe she also plays Jessie in Pokemon. Andrew Sosa in here. Harvey Weinstein on the thumbnail. Lol, that's not Harvey Weinstein, dude. That's Christopher R. Sabat. But good guess. Man. Well, hearing the name Junko reminds me of Danganronpa every single time. Which actually ties in because Greg Ayers, I believe, also played on Makoto. Is that his name? Makoto Naegi. Yes, Makoto Naegi in Danganronpa, the animation, which was an animation of Trigger Happy Havoc. Sosa says, I know, lol, but they basically the same person. They're not the same person. Christopher R. Sabat's awesome. He's an awesome voice actor. And Harvey Weinstein, didn't Harvey Weinstein like go to prison for like sex stuff with women? You know? Bad things? Anyways, but yes, I'm rambling on about Danganronpa, which I tend to do. I always tell people, don't get me started on animes based on our JRPGs. Because if you do, we will fall down a rabbit hole so deep, we will pass past Zion and flip back into the Matrix. Yeah, that's how intense it is. Anyways, that's all of the content I really had today. I was going to talk about anime news here right now. And while this isn't really anime news, I do want to report on I have watched the end of season 5 of Rick and Morty. And I just want to say, man, if anybody says anything about the last 2 episodes, it will be the spoiler of the century. But yeah, let's just say the last 2 episodes blast you in the face with a cannon. And it gets real meta. But yes, I will leave it at that since it's been so recent. Trick says, oh boy, we going down the rabbit hole today, boys. You actually want to go down the rabbit hole of animes based on JRPGs. Okay. But you asked for it. We might lose viewers. Animes based off of JRPGs. Starting off with Danganronpa, which is based on, or Danganronpa the animation, which is based on Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. Details the story of all the kids at Hope's Peak Academy when it is transformed into Despair High School by Monokuma, and they must play a game where they have to murder each other and not get found out to escape. So it says, check my previous missed comments. Wow. Okay, we're gonna go back in the chat before I continue rambling on. Sosa says, yes, he is a great Vegeta voice actor. Google Sabat and sexual harassment allegations. You'll be shocked. Funimation is basically his personal casting couch. I was not aware of that. That's actually really creepy. Calvin says, I'm back, BB. Okay. I didn't know you left. But yes, I'm glad Calvin's back. I didn't know that about Sabbath. That is actually really sad. But hey, he's done great work. Anyways, I did want to say, at this time, anyone who wants me to do an impression, write it in the comments, and I will do my best at it. And we'll keep going with that. Otherwise, I'll keep rolling on the what is it? I'll keep rolling on the animes based on JRPGs. Then of course you can't forget to mention Persona 5, the animation. Absolutely amazing. I haven't watched all of it just because I'm trying to sync it up with my second playthrough of the actual Persona 5 game, which I haven't been very keeping on that. Anyways, I'm currently on my second playthrough of Persona 5. But Persona 5, the animation, very, very great. I do like it. Then we get to what is it? Devil Survivor, the animation. That was super interesting. That's about demons being summoned from phones, which is kind of like a Persona 5 type thing. And then one that we can't forget to mention, even though it is new, is The World Ends With You. And The World Ends With You is a JRPG that got turned into a recent anime. The anime is kind of like Cyborg 009, Dawn of Justice. I hope I said that right, because I always get it mixed up with the Batman versus Superman thing. But anyways, The World Ends With You. It's in that same style where it is 3D graphics instead of the actual anime, which is interesting. I don't really like it, but Madhouse did a great job with it. Oh, and I can't forget to mention what is it? Akudama Drive. Akudama Drive is kind of on the fence because Akudama Drive isn't really a JRPG, or at least it hasn't been one yet, but it is set in the same universe as Danganronpa, just about, I think it's like 20 years after the events. No, it would have to be at least 100 years after the events because Monokuma absolutely messed up the world. But it's set about 100 years after the events of Danganronpa. And Akudama Drive was an amazing anime. I watched the whole thing and it was just super great. CRBO said, related to Valkyrie Drive? I don't know. Let's find out. All right. Are Akudama Drive and Valkyrie Drive related? I don't believe they are. Just based on what I am seeing here. And I actually haven't ever heard of Valkyrie drives. So that would be a very interesting thing to look up. Yes, of course I meant Valkyrie Drive. Seems very, very seems very, very like Yuri, very girl on girl stuff. Anyways, that looks interesting, and I will look into it later. Opinion request: what makes a bad anime? What makes a bad anime? I will say it's hard to make a bad anime because everybody can appreciate something, but if I had to say what makes a bad anime, it would be copying the tropes that everyone else does, without adding anything new. I really hate that we've gotten on this whole big kick of isekai animes. Isekai has easily become the most popular type of anime right now, and that is because of the huge success of Sword Art Online. Sword Art Online started the whole isekai movement in anime, and now we have really, really crappy animes with really, really crappy names. One of the most popular ones recently has been The Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime, which I was not even interested in watching at all. There's another one called I Killed Slimes for 300 Years and Now I'm a level 900 witch or something like that. Those ones I'm not even going to be interested in. I'm not even going to take a second glance at those ones. The one that was called The Hero is Overpowered but is or Cautious Hero, the hero is overpowered but is super cautious. I didn't you throw that at me, I'm going to say that looks like absolute shit. I don't want to watch it. I did make an exception for the story of the hero that rebuilt the I think it was called the Reliant or the Resolute. It was called the Resolute Hero who rebuilt the kingdom, and I thought that was interesting. I tried watching it, and it was because it was honestly trying to put intelligence and logic into an isekai, into a fantasy type thing. I mean, they took a couple of the tropes, but then they added in something new. What was it? There was another one about a kid who was secretly super strong and could easily blow up a frog like One Punch Man. And honestly, it's just another copy of The Irregular at Magic High School. It is the same trope over and over again. A kid that nobody knows comes to a school, is more powerful than everybody else, and pretty much completely wins the day. So yeah, in essence, what makes a bad anime? Doing the same stuff that other animes have already done. That's my answer to your question. Trick says, yes, what would you consider a bad anime? Well, I gave you a lot of references. Honestly, the anime that was so bad that I will not watch it was Vandred. Long time ago, I tried watching Vandred, and every episode was the same plot line. Again and again and again, the same plot line on repeat. And the plot line went, hey, there's people attacking us. Hey, you stowaway, go fight the people attacking us in a Gundam mech. And then, hey, we actually beat them. I'm surprised. And they go back to the ship. And then the plot starts all over again in the next episode. And I absolutely hated it. And that anime made me, for most of my life, not want to watch mech animes. It's the reason that I haven't seen Code Geass. It's the reason that I haven't seen Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann. It's the reason that I haven't watched any of the old Gundams, because Vandred ruined mecha animes for me. So yeah. Looks like we got new comments down here. Come on, scroll for me, will ya? We'll get to them. Eventually. But yeah, that's oh, here we are. Calvin says, part of the appeal of those isekai are the irony of the long names and the fact they're able to explore new space without putting an extra large amount of effort to justify the odd predicament. Yeah, but it's lazy writing. It's easy writing. Like, do something difficult. I will say there's a really cool new one that I just heard of recently. And it had a really long title, and it was like this dragon looking for a home or something like that. It's a reverse story. It's a story of a dragon that's looking for a place that humans won't just automatically attack it. And I thought that was a really cool premise. There is an anime that I did want to watch. I think it was called The Wise Man's Grandchild. And that looked really interesting. That was about a boy that gets put into a all-girls school and is super powerful, but it actually looked interesting. It had like good visuals and stuff like that. Let me see if that's what it's called. Yeah, The Wise Man's Grandchild. But yeah, that was really interesting. Calvin Cheney said the same plotline thing is why I can't get into old cartoons like He-Man, even though the new He-Man and She-Ra are absolutely wonderful. That does sound interesting, and I'd love to watch the new He-Man, especially if, because I know it's on Netflix, especially if it's anything like Castlevania. Castlevania is absolutely amazing. I'm currently watching the 4th season of it, and I am seriously hooked on Castlevania. Trick says most series follow each other, so it's hard to have something truly original. That is kind of true. I mean, anime is ongoing, never ends, and you have to have new content. Honestly, I always say if you've met someone who says they've watched every anime, you have met a liar, because there are way too many anime for anybody to have watched all of them. But yeah. Anyways, if you guys want me to do any impressions, we have about let's see here, 11 minutes in the stream left. Unless we keep going, which is totally cool too. But yeah, if you guys want me to do any impressions, go ahead and put them in the comments, and I will do my best at them. Oh, that's right. I did want to mention one of my favorite animes, and because it's a romance, and it's magic, and it's gothic, which is a great mix in there, is the Ancient Magus Bride. The Ancient Magus Bride is a great anime that everyone definitely should watch. I haven't finished it, but I do like it. It will give you the same feel as Black Butler. And I mean, if you like Black Butler, you'll like Ancient Magus Bride. But then again, when I was watching Black Butler, I was also watching Soul Eater, which Soul Eater is literally an anime for babies. Like if you wanted to introduce someone to anime, let them watch Soul Eater, because Soul Eater will the theme song itself, before the theme song itself, in every episode, they explain the entire plot line to you. And I absolutely hate it. I want to get into the story. I mean, it's good for new beginners who are watching anime, but it's hard for really devout watchers. CRBO says Joseph Joestar. You want me to do an impression of Joseph Joestar? Okay. You didn't know this, but I've been secretly training with Lisa, and me and Caesar are gonna defeat you. Joseph Joestar is hard to do. He's a very obscure character. I don't know why you picked him. Calvin says, even Avatar, the Blue People one, is far from original. The premise of the protagonist was pulled from a short story from the mid-1900s, which, honestly, people did mention about it being the same as Ferngully, but I didn't know. Whew, excuse me for my yawn there. I didn't know it was from the 1900s. That is very interesting. Blue Avatar is just Dances with Wolves in space. Yes, that's what we've heard. But Dances with Wolves, Ferngully, and apparently something in the 19th century. Oh, not century, in the 1900s. But yes. Okay. Well, I mean, true. You can't really say that everything can be original. I mean, to be truthful, even in science, it's been shown that any new thought that a human has isn't really a new thought. It's just the connection of two old thoughts. Ideas. Humans don't have new ideas. They're just connections of old ideas. So you're absolutely right. Nothing can be completely original. But honestly, I just want content that really inspires, if you know what I mean. Twix says, yeah, bro, let the hormone flow through your veins. Calvin says, Call Me Joe by Paul Anderson, published in 1957. Interesting. Rick Sanchez, Caustic, whatever your fave is. And then Calvin says, I got to get off and drive home from work. I'll probably hop back on in a bit. Very cool, Calvin. We are going to keep going for a while unless the content runs out. If it does, then I'll be cutting this after an hour. So if you come back and it's over, don't feel bad about it. Victor said, Rick Sanchez, Caustic, and whatever your fave is. Okay. I mean, I need lines or something. Can you give me a line to do as Rick Sanchez or Caustic? Like, even if it's just like a funny sentence you want to hear them say, because I can do both of those voices. I just don't want to do something that they would regularly say. Calvin says, it is how it be. If this is it, have a good night. Great stream. No, you. He'll get what that means. Anyways, but yeah, Victor, if you can give me a line or something to do as Rick Sanchez, then I will definitely do that. Honestly, what kind of stuff does he see? Wubba lubba dub dub. That's an old classic. Grass tastes bad. That was from the season 2 episode. But okay. Morty, we have to go get the gas. The big gas, Morty. Laying another gas trap. I'll help you if you stop that insipid whining. Doing Rick's voice messed up my caustic voice, but that's okay. Morty, laying another gas trap. I'll help you, Morty, if you stop that insipid whining. It's a bit Western in there, but here, let me try caustics on Rick's line. Morty, we have to go get the gas. The big gas, Morty. That's pretty good. Trick says, how has work been? You are lively today. Oh, I wasn't lively earlier. I did go to work earlier today. And that was pretty good. But, man, I was in the kitchen by myself all morning from like 10, and then I got some of the dishes done by like 4:30, and I left. But it was crazy. Like, I got there and lunch rush hit, and bam, like between 11:30 and 11:45, we literally sold out of 3 full pizzas. It was absolutely nuts. There was a whole construction team that came in there, ate all our pizza slices up, came in there, and I said, hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your pizza slices, because they coming. Anyways, but yeah, work has been good. It was just difficult today a little bit, but things have been going good. As of Sunday, I am officially a DJ. My stage name is DJ Blackjack. I played my first paid gig and my first wedding on Sunday. That was a lot of fun, and everybody had to leave at 11, but I was billed till midnight, so they booked me for another hour for a little bit of extra green, and I not only on my first gig, I not only got to go to, but I got to DJ the after party, which honestly is super amazing. That's absolutely saying something. So I'm really excited about that. I definitely want to do more DJ work. I definitely want to take the money I'm getting from the DJ work and put it towards getting better DJ equipment, better sound stuff, things like that. I did tell people that later on in my career that I'm going to start doing karaoke, because I absolutely love karaoke. But yeah, honestly, the next step that I'm really looking at is probably getting a second speaker, because right now I only have one speaker. So I'm looking at getting a second speaker, probably the same, either the same kind as I have. I have an Ion right now, an Ion Pro Glow. Uh, but most DJs are using speakers that are up on stand. And honestly, I don't have a lot of room for stands. I don't have a car right now, stuff like that. But that's what I need to be looking into. Also, there's a Pioneer thing. I can't remember the name of it. Is like D200 or something like that. DJ200. But anyways, it's a little. It's pretty much like a miniature turntable. Has sliders, mixers, stuff like that, and you can do fades in between songs. I believe I've been told you can hook it up to Spotify, and honestly, if I can do that, the sky's the limit. Um, I mean, as long as I have my phone and I have it like fully charged and stuff, even if I'm in a place without Wi-Fi, without electricity, I can DJ anywhere. I don't need nothing. I can DJ anywhere. Um, but yeah. So that is super, super exciting. CRBO says, congrats, man. Thanks, dude. That does mean an awful lot to me. Trick says, congratulations, you are moving up. Yes, I am moving up. But honestly, if I'm honest with you guys, and you know I am, Afrox always shares his emotions with his fans. Change is scary, dude. Even good change. Like, I've gotten so used to my sedentary lifestyle. I've gotten so used to just playing video games every day, watching Netflix, watching YouTube, and just like cruising that like I see good change coming, and I'm like, yeah, but what about the life that I've been having? And I mean, I know the life ahead is better. I know it's gonna get me to better places, improve me in the end. But I'm also scared of losing the stuff I have. And honestly, probably the biggest thing I'm scared of is that if like I'm DJing on weekends and stuff like that, and if I'm putting my efforts into that, I just don't want YouTube to fall by the wayside. Because I mean, the Afrox channel is my baby, man. Like, if I don't have anything at the end of this life, I will have all of these videos on YouTube to say that, you know what, I was here. I did something. I put something into the world. So yeah, change is good, but change is also scary, and change is something you have to be very, very careful with. That being said, that's all for tonight, folks. I'm gonna cut it here. Sorry it had a little bit of a depressing ending, but yeah. So I will be making a newly edited video this week, and I will catch you next week at the next live stream, and yeah. So just I'm gonna preface what I'm gonna do next by saying that there's been a company that's been copyright noticing my videos because of part of my outro. So what I'm gonna do for the outro starting today is I'm going to play I'm gonna play either like the extended edition of the Afrox intro, or I'm gonna play like something random, like I might do the video that I've done that week. Anyways, just to avoid copyright. But yes, I will see you guys later, and keep YouTubing, YouTubers. Don't fight the fro, and always remember to show me your moves. I mean, stay legendary. There's another impression for you. Anyways, let's let the video take you out.
Enter at your own peril, past the bolted doors where impossible things may happen that the world's never seen before.